If you've been battling against depression, know that not only have I fought those battles, but I've won them using some techniques we are going to display today. Peace unto you. My name is Nadiie, and today is all about how to win the battle against depression. Let us begin. See, at a foundation, what you must understand is separation is not so. Separation is birthed from the ego. The ego wants you to believe that you aren't supposed to focus on what you feel your purpose is. The ego wants you to believe you have no purpose. The ego wants you to always have a backup plan. The ego wants you not to be connected with all people. It doesn't want you to experience oneness. See, separation is only of this world. All the labels that the ego has placed upon you and planted in your mind are not you. I don't care if you're a doctor, an artist, a chemist, it doesn't matter, a dancer, it doesn't matter. You're more than these things. See, depression settles in when foundationally you confuse your soul, because you must understand this vessel is not you. You are a soul which is backed by a spirit that is conducting conscious activity throughout this vessel. You are the driver, okay? This is the car. This is the vehicle that you are driving. So know you're more than these illusionary words from this illusionary world. See, anything birthed from an illusion is an illusion. How do we know this world is not so? Well, if you believe God is all there is, then you must understand, okay, in our limited perception of God, we see God as love. See, humans can only go so far with their description of what God is, because if you get too close to the true description of God, you'll literally dematerialize out of anything of illusion. If you get too close to realizing what God is, you won't be a human no more. You'll just evolve, elevate, or you'll reach your quickening, as some masters of old said. You must understand you're far more than what this world holds. If you know that God is all there is, and our descriptions of God is love, then anything other than love is not real. That's why we add the there is. See, some people say God is all. You're partially correct. Well, if you subscribe to that ideology that God is all, then you'll have those naysayers saying, well, God is war, and God is hate, and God is all of these things. No. See, God gave you the ability of co-creation, and what you do with that ability is your own doing, but the ability itself is God's doing. But people don't like to take responsibilities, and they like to play the blame game and point their fingers at God. Well, we always tell people, what good does it do you to have an evil God? What good does it do you to have a judgmental God? We know that God is only love. But to play your little game, how is having the idea that God is capable of anything other than love supporting you in your life? Is that helping? Is it really helping? I think not. So align yourself with the frequency that serves the most, and that's how you'll get closer to realizing the truth. So with this foundation, we can understand I'm much more than what this vehicle says is real. I'm far more than it. Depression settles in when the vehicle that you're inhabiting, the vessel, believes it's limited, because the soul is the driver in this vessel, in this vehicle. The soul is backed by the spirit. So the soul is getting spirit wisdom. The spirit is getting God wisdom, and it's supposed to be filtered through that channel to get to you, or what you think you are, which is the vessel. Well, if there's a clear disconnect and the vessel starts willing in its own illusion, so say the soul says, well, you're this abundant ascendant master. Well, if the vessel don't believe it, if you in your physical body says, no, I'm just a doctor. No, I'm just a hustler. No, I'm just a rapper. Well, if you actually trick yourself into believing that, then you're watering seeds of depression. See, the way this world is constructed, the ego is very, very manipulative. It's very in the know of how to make things look like what it wants it to look like. You must shift your entire perspective of everything. So that's why I tell people, Listen, align yourself with people that are going to support a much more larger idea of who you are as a whole. Don't just surround yourself with people that is going to only affirm in one limited area of themselves. That is not going to support you whatsoever. See, to quote unquote win this war or battle of depression, and we say quote unquote win because in truth there is no winning or losing. There's no high, low, left, right, in or without. That's only of this world. To win this world, to win this war, to win this battle of depression, you must, one, surround yourself with people that serve in a much more grander sense, that say, I know where I'm at right now in my eyes of two. I know I see this pathway that I'm on, but I also know that there's more to me than this. If you can't find nobody in physicality, do without them. Go to spirit. Call in your spirit guides. See, it's as simple as calling on them. Invite them in. Invite the angels in. Whatever labels that you feel serve. Okay, I'm going to call them angels. I don't want to call them Arcturians. I don't want to call them Arcturians. I want to call them spirit guides. I don't want to call them spirit guides. I want to call them the ancestors. They're all the same thing. Whatever label serves for you, call them in. They're just other aspects of you. So all you're doing is calling yourself in. And you say, look, this is what I want from you. This is what serves for me. This is mine own will. But I shall move by the will of God. God, if you have another will, if you are aligned with bringing me forth on another path, then so be it. I shall walk that path. But always lay out your will first. Say, God, this is mine own will. If it was my will, I would do this. But I move by your will, God. And sometimes your will and God's will align. Sometimes it may not. Sometimes your will is, I want to go talk to this person. But God's will is, no, keep walking past them. Because in 3 years, something crazy is going to happen. So that's the first pathway you walk on. Surround yourself around beings, souls that are beautiful and bathing in love. The second is release yourself from the idea that you're limited. See, when I was battling depression, it was because I had all of this pent up energy. People were saying I'm so deep. People were saying they love the way I talk, around the neighborhood. But I felt like, well, if I'm as great as y'all say I am, they was calling me the future. If I'm as great as y'all say I am, why don't I see it for myself? And okay, well, we got to the root of that. I don't see it for myself because I don't see anything changing in my life. Okay, well, we get to the root of that. Why are you not seeing anything shift in your life? It's because you're not choosing to see as God sees. So that's what we bring in this divine statement, A.K.A. prayer. God, guide me to seeing as you see. I always say it, but it's as powerful as it can get. You're literally putting on God's glasses. So you may see something that may look ugly in your life, but God is seeing something that looks beautiful. Because God is not linear, it's timeless. You must see past the world that you put in front of your face and put on God's glasses to move past all the weeds, move past all the muck and be like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. Actually, this is where I am now. See, God allows you to see the destination when you put on God's glasses. See, God focuses on the destination, not the middle path of how you get there. When you put on God's glasses, you see the destination. Oh, that's where I am. It's not where I'm going to go because there's no time. When you put on God's glasses, you lose sense of time. You realize all is. And this is one way how I escaped that battle. Because it's not a battle of fighting and winning wars and bloodshed. No, it's a battle of consciousness. It's a battle of, today I'm going to get up and choose something different. Today I'm going to choose a different reality. If you want to book a session with me, a one-on-one session to get some more tangible techniques in order for you to align yourself with this victory, click that link in the bio and we can talk together. And if you're interested in joining our mystery school, DM me and I'll give you our free 3-day course. Because if you aren't willing to dedicate at least 3 days to God, why are you trying to join a mystery school? With that, we say welcome home.